Shanaz Prana. With over 30 years of diverse experience in the apparel manufacturing industry, airline industry, and the field of academics and research, Sanaj is an outgoing, self-motivated achiever with a proven track record in all areas of human resource management, development, general administration, and service delivery. Currently, she is the director of Women Go Beyond, a woman empowerment program of MAS Holdings, which is one of the leading apparel manufacturing companies globally. She received her Bachelor's of Science and Master's of Science in Fisheries degrees at the University of Colombo. She was a recipient of the first Concordia University in Canada Scholarship for Women in the Field of Aviation, where she completed her MBA specialized in aviation management. She received an executive education diploma from McGill University in Montreal, Canada. She also has had a successful overseas assignment in setting up operations for MAS Intimates in Bangladesh. Shanaz was also honored with the Pride of HR Professional Award at the World HRD Congress 2010 here in Mumbai, India. She was conferred this award for the strategic and iconic role she held for leadership. So we have some questions for you, Shanaz. How can you relate this, all of your experience, to your leadership journey, and most especially in the Asia context?
Thanks, Lorelei. Yeah, it's been a long journey. Well, let me tell you, I come from a very conservative Muslim family in Sri Lanka, and I'm proud to see quite a few Muslim women have progressed. Leaving that aside, it's the journey from being a child, being a mother, and being a career woman. Again, my colleagues have highlighted that. But I would look at it in three phases. But firstly, also from the Women Go Beyond point, very briefly on what that whole empowerment principle is. The organization has more than 60,000 employees, and 80% of them being females. Most of them come from very rural environment. They're working for the first time, and some of them become the main breadwinner in their families. They are not exposed to much, and they have to also cope with balancing work and life, and also when they're exposed to work, they come with a lot of other problems. So this whole program on empowering women is to help them in terms of doing what it is. I'll come back to that later on and how it impacts in terms of one life influencing the other. The statement, leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It is about one life influencing another. And in my long journey, I've had three phases I would look at, from childhood to marriage, and as early career and marriage, then marriage, children, and the next steps, balancing all of that, where the most difficult part of your career, and when you have advanced in that and how it impacts my colleagues at work and how I could influence them. So in the early stages, I think from Dr. Bhatia to most of our eminent speakers did talk about that woman, that main woman in your life, your mother, and how, though she was deprived of education, how she influenced that I get my education. Being a girl child, I was not deprived of my education, totally supported by my father. And I also had two mothers in my life, and both of them, one my biological mother and the other one my aunt, who was more than a mother to me. And they right along showed, though they didn't have the education, they showed how important it was. They showed me how I could take on the challenges, take that, or the support that I had, that gave me the values and taught me what life is all about. So I think how you get molded at the start, at the beginning of your life, and we women as mothers, we have a very important role to play. And these are the leaders of the future. So if we don't mold them at the very beginning, and if we don't influence them in the right direction, I think taking it forward, the world to be will be such a different place. Also in the next stage, I would say, the teachers in my life, and how they would support you, how they would encourage you, how they would guide you, how they would counsel you and coach you, mentor you, and take you to the next level. So these formative stages in your life become very, very important for any leader or a leader to be. And also in terms of the career itself, once you get married, the support mechanism, again, if you don't have a very supportive spouse, a supportive husband, I don't think we can be sitting here today. You can, as a career, if you're an individual, if you're a single woman, I think it's a different story altogether. But if you're married, if you have children, and if you have to take it beyond. And at this point, I would like to say I have 3 sons, they're married, and I have 2 grandchildren. And I'm very happily married too. So, and taking a career with all of that has not been easy, but I think it's again the support mechanism that I have had. From the work point of view, which is more important, I would say, in terms of what I do to influence my colleagues, the people whom I impact in my life, this program of women empowerment, we work on 4 principles, which is career advancement. People who have come with just absolutely nothing, they need to kind of get an education of how to take that beyond. Then we have skill development, and we have rewarding excellence and work-life balance. All of that teach most of the things that my colleagues have spoken, because I think we are running short of time, so I get the prompt on that. And most of it has been covered in terms of how these women who come from the village, we give them that opportunity. We teach them, not just career, because they come in as machine operators who do not even have, we actually teach them to sew sometimes. So for them to advance, some of them who started as machine operators have ended up as managers, as general managers. And that is a long journey, and that we have been supporting them with that. So we give them the skills from language to IT, and in the skill development arm of our program, we give them extra skills like other than work related. So we bring out their talent, and I would like to relate a story, very short. Something that really touched my heart. Through our program,
Dr. Bhatia encourages me, says, very short, Lorelei.
Yeah.
We rein that reason with the passion and the balance with the passion. We are so passionate.
Yes. This story, I think, from the skills that this lady learned, this is just one such story, how she started taking on orders as a part-time job. And when she kept on getting orders, she actually went out and taught so many others. And so in the village, the women who didn't actually have a source of income from their home front, they would also sew and supply, and there was an income. So she actually created another home industry. And she's a person who just didn't even have basic O-level qualifications. So you provide the opportunity, and you create leaders. And you create it with passion. I don't want to repeat everything that everybody else has said, and that works so much from the traits that you want, the support that you provide. And one of the other key arms is rewarding excellence. And I think we saw Dr. Bhatia do that. You reward them, you encourage their heart. And I think everybody likes a little pat on your back and, to be, brought up on stage, or, it motivates you. So we do that as well for our women folk out there. And of course, training on HIV/AIDS, work-life balance in terms of HIV awareness and sexual, all of that.
Common threads and common topics across
everything that has been done.
All of us. And I wonder if the audience feels that, hearing from all of these wonderful women, has this been helpful for you? Have you learned some insightful things? Really appreciate so very much. I just feel privileged standing in front of you. And Dr. Bhatia, I'm happy to pass it back over to you.